All right, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. So I see Costin here. He says hi all. Hi, hello, my brother. See Albin here, waving. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Nice to see you all here. Right, let's get into the content. I'm gonna make this quick, fast. We don't make it too long. Mondays are usually gonna be the long ones, right? So someone asked me a very critical question. I felt that I gotta put this onto the thumbnail today, the title today, and they asked me basically a simple question. It's like, how do you feel? Well, I said, yeah, how do you feel? The whole thing, because we want to understand how you're feeling in this entire market right now with this yo-yo and everything. And I think I've kind of talked about this quite a bit. Whenever the market starts to go green and unreasonably green on a sudden random effect without anything to back it up with, I do feel scared. So when the market's moving, as long as I can see some correlation, for example, volume, money, everything moving one direction, makes sense. But when you don't see that and you suddenly see it spike, suddenly see something happening, it makes me worried because I have no idea what this market wants to do. And nothing makes sense. For example, BTC pumps all the way to $69,000, no volume to back it up. So you got to wonder what's really going on. Do you know what I mean? I remember like even last year, 2020, right? We were doing like 100 billion, 200 billion dollars on BTC volume alone. 100 billion dollars was like an average thing, but those days are gone. So if we're not doing that kind of volume and we're doing like only like 1%, 2%, 3%, something's not right. Do you know what I mean? Something's not right. So but we can relate more to this. Let me go into the charts and I'll show you a little bit more. How do I feel? Well, I've mentioned on Discord, all of you guys, I think we got like 150 or 60 members there. They can vouch for this. The messages are still there. How do I feel? I've clearly mentioned that I'm not selling BTC yet. So at the level of when it went to 54k, I decided to sell my alts, right? The ones that I made the biggest amount of gains for. I sold them only to buy more BTC. I see Yasmin here. Awesome. So that's how I feel. So I felt that basically, yes, the market's going to go down, right? All of this is true. Market's going to go down. All the data is giving us this kind of a pure confusion. On a higher time frame, you can actually see the market is showing that it wants to go down. So we know it's coming down. Fine. We expect this to be lasting around, say, 3 to 6 months, right? We've talked about this. But my exit strategy wasn't out of BTC, and I'll explain why, and you'll understand exactly what all of this means, and you'll see why I'm still so bullish. So let's see. All right, sorry, I'm just looking at the messages. I'm getting hundreds of messages as well today. My message and chats and WhatsApp and everything has just been exploding because I did something which I wasn't supposed to do. I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I made the Paradexes website go live without thinking. It wasn't finished and I just announced it. So yeah, I wasn't supposed to do that apparently. So anyway, who cares? I've done it. Can't take it back. All right, so market's looking pretty good. You can see a few of them obviously pumping up and down. We can see this, that's not an issue. A few doing fantastic. Luna's still holding. Awesome. We see EOS come back, a few other coins come back. Link came back today, 10%. We see this, that's fine. Altcoins are still in the season, but they are suffering heavily, and I talked about this many times as well. They're suffering because of BTC and Ethereum. The dominance is so high. When they move down, everything moves down. They spike 1% down, everything goes down. Let's see what the fear and greed is. So we can see the greed is coming back in. So in the past few days, remember the other day we had it almost low as 16 and it started moving up. So we can see the confidence is still coming in, right? It's good. This is actually good. If people are buying in this zone, it's a brilliant time to buy. You don't buy when you're at 75, 78, 79, which we've had before, right? You don't want to buy around those zones. So all of this is good for buying the dips. Buying the dips is a very good thing. We can see who's having most of the volume here. So we can see, yeah, some of these guys are having the volume. Awesome. Nothing much to see here. Let's have a look at Viewbase and see how many crypto BTC has come in or out. We can see, whoa, one day, 21,000 BTC left the exchanges. This is one day, my friends. one day, smash those like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know what the hell you're doing, guys. Smash those like, hit that subscribe, join the community. The awesome communities on Discord. We've got the Paradexes community now starting to launch on Discord and on Telegram as well. It's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be insane. I see JB's here, bro, JB's, whoa, the perfect man. JB's, I have something for you. You know that track you were talking about? I thought it was Albin, funnily, but that track you were talking about last time you were on the show, because I know you're not that frequent on the show, but when you were here last time and you said that track, well, I actually put that track on one of my channels. But yeah, I mean, look, if you're joining Discord, we'll talk there, because I did put a link there somewhere. I can't find it right now, but the point is look, 21,000 BTC has left the exchanges. That's a massive difference. That's a massive difference when you look at that. That's a $1 billion worth of BTC just left. I see SM here, also my brother, keeping it strong. Happy days. So that is like insane level of bullishness. I mean, in a single day, you don't see 21,000 BTC leave exchanges. Leave. That's a big number. Let's see if this correlates here. Let's see if we can see this data on a chart. Refresh this. See how this looks on a chart. Whoa, massive spike. Look at that, guys. Look at this beautiful spike. 21,000 BTC left the exchanges. Wow. That's bullish. That's bullish. Ethereum's still moving, of course, but what you have to understand with Ethereum, right, there's a bit of a confusion. A lot of people think it's leaving exchanges or moving out of exchanges, but there's a bit of a mixed data. Two mixed data. Three, actually. Yes, some are leaving exchanges. Some are being locked in ETH 2.0, and others are being burned. So you've got 3 points of data. So I think Ethereum, all of this data needs to be slightly fixed and probably segregated so we can understand what's really going on. Open futures coming back in again. So you can see there's a little bit of a movement back in again. People have started to become bullish. You know what? They never learn. So what's the point? They never learn. Trust me, they never learn. You can see the exchange leverage ratio basically also coming back now. The price is moving, so they've come back again. People start to become bullish again, and again they're playing into the hand. They're playing into the hand. They just want to get wrecked again. Today $197 million wrecked. 69,000 people got wrecked. So what can you do? JB says, what's a legend, my brother? My brother, you're the legend, man. Coming here, come to the show awesomely. That's what you guys are. You guys are the legends here. So let's see what happens. 24 hours again. Look, the longs are getting liquidated. This is 24 hours. Sorry. Yeah, look, the longs are getting. So you see, this is what it does. I mean, please, I've been telling everybody, don't leverage trade. Don't fall into this, because yes, it's lucrative. Yes, you can put 1 BTC, make 10 BTCs on a 10x, but guys, this is risk. This is gambling. Don't do that. The market is right now completely uncertain what it wants to do. All the warning signs are flashing. So this was yesterday, I believe, at 15 point something. Let's see what happens when we refresh it today. 15.79. So it's gone up a very fraction, because it was at 15.5 yesterday. Today it's 15.7. So it's gone up a little bit, right? So you can see everybody's confused. Everybody's confused. Nobody knows what direction this market's going. So you want to be very cautious how you proceed. Now let's go to the BTC chart, and you can see this basically happening here right now. So there's a few data points here. I want to show you this, right? So number one data point, you can see we need to get back above this particular line. Yes, this is the perfect zone, by the way. If you're a trader, if you're a buyer, you're a spot buyer, you're a hodler, this is perfect. But I think we can be a little bit better than this, because this is on a daily, right? So if we start moving through the time frame and start looking at the, say for example, weekly, it doesn't look good. The weekly does not look good, because we broke the weekly trend. If you look carefully, if I put this here, look, we broke the weekly trend, and everything is indicating that this wants to come down on a weekly. So you can see that the weekly is signaling it's going to come down. It's got a higher time frame. Actually, before I go to a higher time frame, I want to do a slightly lower time frame. I want to do a 5-day time frame, right? You can see on the 5-day time frame still showing down. So it's close to the 1 week, but it's a 5-day time frame because we're looking at the weekdays and everything. Like we're doing on a 5-day calculation. Now let's go to the 2 week. Look what it's showing. It wants to come down. We're leading. This line is leading. So when you see all of this, it's actually indicating that the market wants to come down. But we do have higher time frames. Monthly is also, look, blue line is leading. Let me get rid of the drawing. Blue line is leading. It's down here below. It's indicating down. That means this month could end up being bearish. Because remember, these lines take months, guys. Look, October, November, December. You see what I mean? It takes months to form. So when you're looking at these bigger data, they're all suggesting that, guys, the market may be calming down. But guess what? Remember when I always say to people, I say, this bull market is still on. It's still on, right? It's actually not over because we're still in these higher lows. So we haven't come back down to these previous prices. We're fine. Yes, we're still in a bull market, believe it or not. But the current sentiment is low. The current market structure, the current season, whatever you want to call it, is down. Does this mean it's the end? No. So this is why the only thing that I thought, well, I can cash out on some of my alts that I've got that are green right now. Why don't I take that opportunity? And the other reason I'm not interested in selling the BTC, I've told you this before as well. When we started the show, we talked about this. Remember, I entered around here. So the difference I have from here to here is huge. But it's not big enough, right? Compared to some of the alts. Because remember, some of the alts, they did hundreds and thousands of percents. So if you look at the percentage difference, I've made more in the alts than BTC. So it's actually irrelevant for me to even think about selling it. Yes, you know, BTC's got the biggest monetary system money out there connected to it. Like each BTC is worth like what, 50k today or 50,009 right now. But the difference I've made here in percentage is actually less. You understand? It's actually less than what I've made in my alts. So when we went a cent below 54, as I mentioned on Discord, that I'm going to be dumping all my alts, not my BTC, because as I said, the percentage is so high on some of the alts. So for me, I know that I'm going to get myself a nice little bargain, basically, and I'm expecting it to come down to around this $29,000 level for me to continue. And I can see this market doing this carry on. So of course, remember, when you're looking at these higher time data, we can see we are pointing down. Don't care what anybody says to me, this data is confirmed. This has been going on for months. October, November, December. We have been bearish since October. I don't care if someone comes up to me and says to me, oh, this is happening. And if they're talking about divergences, if anybody's talking to me about divergences, well, it's very simple. You should have left it back in March, April, because that divergence formed there. The divergence already formed back in March 2021. So yeah, you should have been bearish since then. Do you know what I mean? Because I know I was, and I have videos to prove that I was bearish when we were at the 65k. I was bearish when we were at the 67k. I was bearish when we were at the 69k. I've warned everybody. So guys, it's not over. This does not look right. So I did my part. Anyway, so that's what's going on. I'm not going to go too much deep into this, right? So let's go into the daily again, move back into the daily and see exactly what's going on. So daily, remember, we have this particular zone here. Let me get rid of this as well. We have this zone here, right? And I've seen all sorts of people talking about volume and this and that. Guys, I don't care about the volume. Right now, volume doesn't even come into account for me. Don't really care. It's just pathetic. I mean, the volume is just pathetic. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Let me refresh this. We have 15,389 coins right now in the market, and on a $961 billion, almost close to $1 trillion, we have 30 billion. That's like what? What is that? It's like 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever. Ridiculous percentage of volume, and that includes buying and selling. It's disgusting. So I'm not even going to bother looking at the volume. It doesn't make any difference to me. All I know is the trend, that I'm looking at the trend. This trend doesn't make any difference. This is yo-yo trend. You can see these massive wicks on the bottom, on the top. This is yo-yo, complete confusion. For us to be bullish again, what we need to do is make sure we cancel this one candle here, this one big candle here. We cancel this, we invalidate this. We can take a few days, that's not a problem, and get back above this trend line. So we need to, whatever happens, we need to go and do this, get above here. That's the invalidation point for this particular candle, and then we can attempt to get back on this line. If we can get back on this line, we can all forget about this and move on with the market, because this is part of a greater trend, right? It's absolutely fine. It doesn't change anything. This then says, yes, the market's full on. But until then, you know, you can argue with me, you can say whatever you like. None of this is bullish. None of this is bullish. Any one of this, we can reverse any second here. We can reverse any second here. And then of course, after that, if we still continue the trend, then we've got all of this area to beat again, all of these zones to beat again before we get back to the level where we can say we are super bullish. So we've got a long ways to go, guys, long ways to go. Okay, but all I'm going to say to you is, look, if you are considering leverage trading and this and that, have your stop loss, because, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a bull, doesn't matter if you're a bear, you're going to do leverage trading, you're going to get wrecked. That's the only advice I can give to you. If you're a spot buyer, well, good luck to you. You're going to be buying the dips, you're going to be hodling. So you're right. If you're a hodler, you never lose. Trust me, hodlers never lose. Let me read the chats and see what's going on. I see Custard here. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you. I see Mac Jason here. Awesome. I see Alpha. Awesome. So I hope these warnings are getting through to you guys, and you understand that these are not just some random things that I'm talking about. These are actual serious warnings that, guys, as much as everything looks great to you, you know, oh yes, we're going back up, stop changing your minds every day. I've seen, for example, Mac is here, and he can admit to this as well. He's here if he's still here, right? Mac, tell me one thing. You've been the most active whenever the market dips. Whenever the market dips, you're active on YouTube, you're active on Discord, right? Am I correct or not? You're active. But whenever the market turns green, you seem to vanish. You seem to be the bringer of bad news. Oh, market's going to go down. Have your sell orders there, have your buy orders there, have your shorts here, have your longs here. You like doing that, which is okay. But that's the only time we see you. We see you when you decide to when the market is going red, when it's bloody. That's when you're active. And I'm okay with that, and I welcome you. I like people who have their own opinion. Love them there, right? But that's when you're active. I'm here 365 days. Okay, maybe I missed 1 or 2 days, right, when I wasn't well or anything like this, where I had things to do. But the point is, literally been here every single day. I think I only missed 1 or 2 days. I've been here every single day. Every single day. I've been telling people this market is going to go down. It's not sustainable, that none of this makes any sense. I've been telling people that these highs are to be accepted, but not to be too excited about, because the next candle needs to confirm. I've been telling people that, guys, this market looks dangerous. When we were sitting here, doing this yo-yo, and I was like, guys, it looks dangerous. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep people updated here. Also, I can't see the chat. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to keep people updated here to understand exactly what's going on. But the point is look, we shouldn't be one of those kind of people who, you know, come in and, you know, change their minds every other 2 minutes, or come here and you know, when the market's green, we're all excited without looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture here is very simple, and I've kind of demonstrated this, that look, even today we are still 27% down from that all-time high. That's a 27% increase we have to do to get back to that level. That's what, $18,000-$19,000 we need to recover. So there's nothing to be excited if you see a spike like this. This is nothing. You know, you calculate from the top. Doesn't matter where you bought it. Doesn't matter if I bought it here. Doesn't matter. I don't care about that. That's not what I'm counting. This is a different story. This is me being a hodler. Right now, according to me, my holding is down 18k per coin from the top. That's what I'm counting. That's what I'm counting. I'm also counting how low it can possibly go. If it does, Well, I need to know, should I exit? And I do have a stop loss set up where basically well, kind of a sell order set up, you know, that I want to sell if the market goes below a certain level. You know, if I see it go below a certain level, I will sell and I will buy the dips. And I've also got my buy orders. So yesterday we had a conversation with Custard. I had a conversation, I believe, and I said to him, I said, USDT, there's this nice little event going on where if I lock my USDT, I can get XYZ. And funny thing is there's plenty of USDT there, but I can't use it because I've locked it on order. I've locked it on order because I want to buy the dips. You know, Mac asked me something on Discord and he said, am I trying to be Michael Saylor? No, I'm not trying to be Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor says he's not going to sell for 100 years. That's what he says. But his company owns that. I said, I'm going to take it to my grave. There's a difference there. There's a complete difference of opinions there. You know, I never said I'm never going to sell. I said I'm going to sell. But at the same time, I said I'm going to take it to my grave. I'm fully committed to crypto. Fully. You know, there's no ifs and buts. I'm 100% in crypto. Michael Saylor is not 100% in crypto. If anything happens, Michael Saylor wouldn't take a second to change his mind. To protect his clients and his company. Yeah, that's what he'll do. I won't. I'm not Michael Saylor, so please don't compare me to somebody else. Okay, I hope this kind of makes sense. Jay says, hi man, we are uptrend channel. What do you think now? Hey man, we are in uptrend channel. What do you think? We're not in an uptrend channel. Can't you see my screen, bro? Look, we're looking at the screen. Let me change everything for you. All right, you show me where is the uptrend. There is no uptrend here, bro. If I put the drawing, we broke that trend. You see what I mean? We broke that trend. We're nowhere near the uptrend, my brother. So why are we even thinking this is an uptrend? If you're looking at an hourly, then do you trade 4 hourly? If you do, then yeah, you know. Alpha says exactly. Bigger picture is important. To make back the losses, we need major pumps. That just takes time. Hard to believe in a sudden big pump. Exactly, my brother. Alpha, look, Alpha, you and me, we connected right from the beginning. You're on the same page as me. You understand crypto markets exactly as it is. I think most people don't actually understand the whole concept of what the whole project is. It's a bigger picture. We've had people invested in crypto or Bitcoin, right, from 2009. But did you know the majority of them were idiots? Majority of them were idiots. They didn't even believe in it, so they just muddled around, played about with it, and actually lost it. They are regretting it now, right? But the people who believed in it, they just held. They just held. They just held. They just held. Doesn't matter if it's a bear, if it's a bull market, what, they just held because they just believed. And they have an exit plan, but it's not today. You see what I mean? So the believers are completely different to people who are just dabbling in it. You know, people who think it's a joke, magic money, whatever they want to call it. That's what's going on. 15 minutes. How can you look at 15 minutes and call this an uptrend, my brother? Are you trading for 1 hour? If you trade for 1 hour, look at your half an hour, 15-minute candle. If you're trading for 4 hours, then look at your hourly, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, right? Or even 1 minute. But you're missing the bigger picture. The day closes 24 hours. The day closes at 24 hours. That's where you should be looking for your trend, not on a 15-minute candle. If you think a 15-minute candle is going to give you whatever you're looking for, you got a problem unless you're on that session. So remember, your 15-minute candle is only relevant anything less than 1 hour session. So you're in, you're out, you snipe, you get out. That's the trading session. So please be careful. Don't judge this market with a 15-minute candle. In fact, don't even judge it with these daily candles. The bigger the data, the stronger the data. We need to look at weekly, for example, 5 days, weekly, 6 days, right? Those are the data we need to look for. 1 second. Oh, sorry, my knee hurts. Those are the data we need to look for. So far, what do we have here? Look at this weekly data. It's showing us clearly that we have, this is technically low, right? Higher low. And then we started doing lower low, lower low. So in this session, But of course, compared to this session, we're still on a higher low. So when we look at the data, we can see this is a low, a lower low, a lower low. This has been trending down. Finally, we have a high, but we have a lower high because it's lower than this. So when we look back, we can see where the market was and where the market is. This, to be reversed, needs to get back above this level, which is currently sitting at this body, sitting at 57k, 57,300. Once it gets above that, that's when the trend is reversed, my brother, right? Or uptrend is confirmed. This is a higher low. That's it. This is just a high on a low, but it hasn't even closed. It closes on Sunday. So please do understand that you've got to look at the data for what it is. The higher the time frame, the stronger the data. This is a major downtrend, and even on a 15-minute chart, we got to go back to 69k or 68, 69k for us to do whatever. Let me read the rest anyway. Jay says digital assets and future of finance is now live about BTC regulations. BTC regulations are coming. That's coming, that's for sure. It's not about BTC, cryptocurrency and everything, because remember, if banks and institutions start adopting something, there will be some sort of a consumer protection regulation put in place. It's how the big boys like to take control of all the small boys. Okay, so think about it like the mafia. The regulation is the mafia. They want to take control of their domain. It's coming. If we are in the illusion or with delusional that we're never going to have regulation, it's wrong. You want mass adoption, you're going to accept regulation. You know, even me, I might do certain things on the blockchain, but every entry point that I have, I'm fully KYC'd. Fully KYC'd. I have zero issues with KYC AML. Why? Because there's going to be a day where I cannot enter anything or exit anything without those KYC AML rules. You know, they're talking about vaccine passport, this passports, they've talked about microchips, super chips, whatever. The point is, there's going to be a time in in this current world, right? Or even probably in the future, maybe 5 years from now, maybe a decade from now, worst case scenario, but it's going to happen sooner than we think, right? There's going to be some sort of an identity system. I mean, this particular thing, unless you're using something that is ancient, you're literally walking with an identification device on you. You are fully identified, my friend. So we need to get out of this delusion that say, okay, regulation is that. It's coming, accept it. The sooner you accept it, the stronger you will be, and the better you're going to be in this space than people who don't accept it. Mass adoption doesn't come for free. It comes at a price, and the price is regulation. Hope that kind of makes sense. Jay says in 15 minutes, yes, of course. Listen, lower time frames look a whole different story. When you start looking at these like 15 minutes, yeah, it looks great, but look, when you start looking at this, even this 15-minute does not invalidate until 51,928, and then start moving out. Look, that's your invalidation point, the 57. So this is nothing. You got to always zoom out, my friend. So 15 minutes, 1 hour, 1 minute, doesn't matter. Always zoom out. Alpha says the big picture is crypto changes the world, creates borderless job opportunities, and is the most democratic system. I could not care less about 40% crash or 100% pump. I care only about the adoption. Exactly, my brother, exactly. Because the bigger picture is, look, you know, the adoption is going to change things. If this becomes a reserve currency of global financial systems, and as Alpha just said, the borderless, jobs, my God, it's a whole different story. Imagine you can be sitting in one part of the world and you can work for a company in another part and get paid in crypto. And of course, you need a fast means of transfer, and you can transfer those large sums internationally without any of these nonsense. It's possible, and we might not have BTC as the settlement payment, but we could easily see this being used as a reserve currency. So everything could be potentially backed in that. But for that to happen, we are going to see adoption, we are going to see regulation, and we are going to see stabilization. This is one of the reasons why I said at 2030 I might be considering exiting. Of course, I might stick around a little bit longer. I might exit most of it, but I will still keep some. But I feel that around 2030, 2028, 2030, we should start seeing stabilization, because adoption moves like I don't know how to say this. So think about this: the tortoise and the rabbit race. You know, everything is moving fast, but BTC or crypto, we've been getting very slow adoption, very slow, and then all of a sudden we're going to get faster. When the rabbits take a rest, we're going to get faster, to the point where, say, in a decade, we will see these great adoptions and innovations coming through, and that time it's just going to stabilize. It will become a stable currency. That's what I feel anyway, so it's my opinion. I'm not going to go too far into this. Yeah, we need to go at 57. Thanks. Awesome. Albin says, I heard China and India are making crypto transactions illegal. Will this affect the prices? Who cares? Anton Hulk, regulations will get this market to 5 trillion in 2 years. I was hoping for 5 trillion this year, my brother. I was hoping for 5 trillion this year. Regulations already here anyway, one form or another. You know, it's a mild form of regulation like SEC controlling certain things and this and that. Remember I said to you, they're going to do it under the name, under the guise of basically consumer protection, you know, investor protection. That's what they're going to do basically. But they're going to enter, they're coming. They're already, a lot of the countries already who can have already started to regulate certain things, but it's coming. Do you know what I mean? There's no denying what's about to come. No denying what's about to come. And when it comes, there's no stopping it. Dr. Edwin says, Dr. Edwin McAllister, what do you think Ethereum could be worth in 2040? So Ethereum, I want to give you something about Ethereum. So I'm actually, how would I say this? So this is my analysis, right, on Ethereum. And I'm going to just bring Ethereum over just to kind of show you guys what I mean. So there's a few fundamental facts about Ethereum. One, Ethereum is an inflationary currency, means every year it prints XYZ percentage more. And I've had a conversation with Alpha about this yesterday as well. I feel if Ethereum had a cap, now Alpha, yesterday I actually kind of forgot to mention this, right? The cap I'm talking about is not a cap today. No, I'm not saying cap it now. No, what I'm trying to say is how BTC is also inflationary. That's a shock, right? Everybody's going to think, well, hold on, what is this guy saying? How is BTC inflationary? BTC is inflationary until it hits, right? BTC is technically inflationary until it hits 21 million coins. Of course, the mechanism is deflationary. So what it does, it counts it in reverse. But remember, we don't have 21 million coins. So we're going to inflate our supply to 21 million coins, but we have a control in place to control how much is distributed every 4 years. So it is an inflationary currency, means it has to inflate itself from 0 to 21. Ethereum also started from 0 and it needs to go to whatever. And what I'm saying is at the end, whether it's 2140, like for example, BTC has 2140 for the last coin to be mined. If Ethereum did something like 100 years in the future and says, that's the cap, you know, we're not going to have more than 1 trillion coins, that creates the buzz. So I feel Ethereum should be worth a lot more. If they had a cap, if people knew that Ethereum is not an infinite supply, then Ethereum didn't require burning, didn't need any of that stuff. They're burning it because they see a problem. They need to control the supply. So, and also when you do F staking, right, you know, the mining protocol from proof of work to proof of staking, POS, sorry, my bad, POW to POS, my brain just went blank for a second. But when you do that, well, now you're not using any resources, but you can actually print or mint infinite amount of Ethereum over the future, you know, based on how many per year is released. So everyone's getting Ethereum. So that's the problem, and that's the reason why they need to burn these fees. That's absolute reason why they need to burn the fees. So that's what's going on anyway, obviously to encourage the price increase as well. Now by 2040, Ethereum, in my opinion, right now it should be worth at least 25, 40k, 30k, 40k right now, if they did that. But because they haven't, I could see a slow growth. In fact, for me, if I activate this, you're going to see something that will you're going to love. So my current standing for Ethereum, my current target for the future, obviously not right now, is actually sitting at $28,000 based on those kind of situations that we have now. But of course, if they put a cap, if they change certain metrics, they don't even have to burn it. I think Ethereum should be worth 50k then. So it would be double this quantity. So right now my target is 28k. you know. But it could easily be worth 40, 50k in the future. But when it goes to 40, 50k, remember, BTC will be sitting at 500 to $1 million a coin anyway. So we're just trying to do, like, think about it this way, we're like doing a 20x. So whatever today's price is, just 20x that. I think that's the base. Anything above that is a bonus, because we can't, I mean, we can give crazy numbers, but crazy numbers have to get there somehow, you know. But also, I do have a video on the channel where I said that in 5 years we could hit, BTC could only hit 100k. I made that video last year, and I'll still stand by it. What I mean by that is, if the monetary system has a reset, then your $100 in the future could only be worth $10. That means a 50,000 BTC could easily come down to 5,000. But it doesn't change the thing. It doesn't say, oh, you've got 5k. It just means your money is more stronger. Because right now, our money is very weak. Wherever you go, the inflation has gone so parabolic because of this pandemic that our money is weak. Our money everywhere globally is weak. It's equal, it's balanced, but it's weak. There's so much money that's been printed. So this money has to be controlled. The supply has to be controlled. And if that happens, then of course we can see goods and services become slightly cheaper, which means that we don't have to increase income or whatever like this. And that means the BTC itself will look cheaper, if that makes sense, right? Because remember, BTC benefits from inflation. I don't care what people say. BTC price is actually reflecting the inflation, nothing else. It only is worth more as long as it's inflated, right? As long as there's more money printed. The less money you print, or if you can reduce the supply, well, BTC is not going to show that value anymore. So I hope this kind of makes sense. All right, let's see what's going on here. Jay says, you give us great content. You are not like the other type YouTubers manipulate the market. No, bro, I'm not here for the hype. I'll tell you how it is in your face. I don't care. You know, I'm straight up to the point. I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for nothing. I know a lot of the other YouTubers, it's their job. I do YouTube when I want to do it in my own free time. This for me is like just kind of helping the community and everything. I don't do it for the money, the fame, or anything like that. You know, everything else, if it does come, is bonus, right? If this channel grows to 1 million subscribers, it's bonus. I don't care. I'm not here for that. I started the channel for friends and family, and today we have 1,800. Hold on, let me just check. We have, there we go, we have 2 more. We have 1,837 subscribers now. So 2 more new subscribers have joined. But this is what's happened with this channel, basically, where I started off with a whole bunch of friends and family back in November 2020. That's where I started the channel, and I said, guys, I can't talk to everybody over a phone call and help them. So how about this, if I start putting the information on YouTube? And that's how the channel started. Friends and family. That's all I focused on. And most of my old videos, you'll see they're pre-recorded, and they were community answers to the questions they were asking me. In fact, today, actually, I'm almost forgot. So I want to show this, right? So what's his name? Custard said about MetaMask, right? So yes, Custard, download MetaMask, the extension. You can download it on Brave. I recommend use it on Brave, but you can download it on Google, wherever, MetaMask extension, or you can even download the app and then synchronize it, right? But once you go there, can you see these networks? So these are the networks that I work on. So you've got Ethereum mainnet, Matic, Harmonies, OKX, for example, and so many more, right? And then you do have these default test networks, but you can add other networks. So you see here, you can actually add other networks. So you can go to networks and you can see who all the networks are that you have, right? So if you go here, you can actually add different networks, right? So just what you have to do is, any network you add, you have to go to that specific network, right? You have to go to that specific network and basically get whatever their network codes are from them. And I just know my camera is messed up, but yeah, you have to go there and get those codes in order for it to basically what you call this, it will give you all the information anyway. So you just got to add all of those things exactly where they want it, like how they want it. So when they come here and they say, right, add network, you got to specifically put these details: network name, chain ID, very important, the RPC URL, the currency symbol. So if it's BNB, you put BNB. Block Explorer, you put all of those things in there. For example, let's show you very good examples. If we do this, look, this is what Binance gave me. You know, this is my local loss. For example, let's do Harmony One, right? Look, this is Harmony One's chain. So you've got to get that from the network and then basically upload this there, my brother. So it's a quick one. Hopefully you understand. And of course your funds has to be on the chain for you to participate. So for example, when we're talking about Binance chain, Binance Smart Chain, remember this is the stuff. Take a screenshot if you have to. I'll make it larger for you. Just take a screenshot, my brother, and this should help you. So this is what you need basically for the URL and everything. So just take a screenshot while you're at it. So this is the Binance Smart Chain. So yeah, hope this kind of helps you, and that will allow you to then interact with Binance. Okay, so hope this kind of helps. That's that. So I'm going to get rid of this. You can see I did some Matic stuff there, but Matic, most of the stuff you can do for free. Matic is so cheap, so ridiculous. You can actually get Matic tokens for free to do all sorts of interactions. So I did some of that stuff. So I hope this kind of helps, my brother. Wow. Chat is exploding. Chat is exploding, guys. Chat is exploding. Okay, let's put this here. Let's put this here. Let's put this like this. Let's give it, watch it on a minute chart. No, that's not a minute. That's 3 minutes. All right, let's do it on a minute chart. Let's leave this on a minute chart. Let's keep an eye on all of this. Also, let's have a look at the sentiment in the market and see what the sentiment is right now. So sentiment is okay. People are bullish. So let's have a look at all of this and talk. Okay. Regulations. Jay says, do you think we can see 42k? Yes, my brother. I believe we're going to go all the way down to 30k. If we do continue this bearish trend, we should go down to 30k. 30k is a great zone for us for the market bottom. Of course, if we spend a few more days, a few more weeks, and we start moving into January, February, then that number actually changes and becomes higher, like $1,000 every week. So we can add $1,000 every week, and we can say that should be our bottom. So currently sitting at around 29.5, it should move to 30.5, 31.5, and so on and so forth, basically. So the trend itself is starting to move up. And for me to demonstrate this, let me get you on a weekly, and I'll show you what I mean. This is how we demonstrate this, right? So what we do, we look at this bottom here. Just this bottom here, and we see where these bottoms are. So you can see how the current bottom is showing 25, but we know we're not going to come there. We're probably most likely going to come in this area. We only enter these when we're in a freak situation, but mostly we're looking here. So if we look at this area here, we can see that the low we had was around the 28.7, and every week, because this is current, so you can see every week it starts moving up, and it's going up, and it goes up. That's what happens. So I hope this kind of makes sense to you. If we deflate, we get higher prices. No, we don't. BTC doesn't work like that. BTC, the more money you have, the BTC value goes up, right? BTC is still going to be worth a lot more. Think about it, it is still gold, but you just don't need as much money to buy the same amount of gold, because like there are countries out there, by the way, who have done some stuff like this where they've taken zeros off, but it doesn't change anything. You know, if you bought something for $1 and it's worth $1, and money was inflated and it now costs you $10, well, your $10 was equivalent to $1. I mean, currently, I believe $1 is like equivalent to like 20 cents, if I'm correct, because of the inflation. So the dollar that you hold is not even worth $1 anymore. Think about that. That's insane. That's insane. Nazir says, Salam Baisa, awesome, my brother. Walaikum salam. Jay says, Alaikum salam. Alpha says, yes, as long as cryptos are priced at fiat, there is a influence. There is the influence you mentioned. Yes. Do you have a 2025 target for Crow? Crow. Do I have a 2025 target for a Crow? All right, let's do this. Why not? Why not? All right. So, guys, this is not financial advice at all. This is going to be a crazy hypothetical thing we're going to do. All right. So we're going to do this, right? So let's do something here. Let's do something insane here and say, right, okay, this is where we are, and we're going to bring this closer, and Let's do this because I want to do this. This is going to be quite nice actually. So what we're trying to do is, just give me a second, I just want to find this. Okay, 161. Okay, that's fine. So if we are going to basically continue with this market back in in 2024, for example, we expect to have the Bitcoin halving, we expect the some sort of a bull run or something to happen. Crow itself, depending on the usability and everything, this is going to be crazy what I'm about to say, could potentially do a 10x to 100x minimum. I didn't say maximum, I said minimum. So if we're sitting at 60 cents now, and this thing is saying if this cycle can pump and it's going to give us close to $1.60, 10x that is $16. And if we 100x that, that's $160. Absolutely possible, right? And there's a few metrics what would show us why this is possible. So remember, BNB is possible because of how much circulating supply. Understand this, and how much they're burning. Remember, their target is to burn it down to 100 million coins. So when you start looking at some of these others, so remember this one, I'll give you a good example. This one, I've actually said it's not possible. Right now it's not possible. Maybe in the future if we have tons of money, but 45 billion coins, we've got a problem. That's too many coins. So crypto.com, look, crypto.com, look at how many coins they have, 30 billion. So they have 30 billion coin, which is slightly less than the thing. And I do know they are starting to do some sort of a burn mechanism as well. So if they have all of this, I'm saying 160 possible. So you can see, that's what I feel for Crow, anything from 16 to 160. So it's a wide range, sadly. Whereas in Binance, I've always said this has the potential to go to 1,000, because what they're doing is the opposite. They got 166 million coins. They're planning to destroy 66 million, burn it completely, and only have 100 million supply. So this one has a boost opportunity, whereas in this one it has to catch up because of the supply. Because remember, the supplies are key. I know many people argue with me, but it's not. No, I think the supply is. When you've got 30 billion, 30.2 billion Crow, you got a problem on your hands. So what you need to start doing is start reducing them down faster, sooner. The sooner you can do this, the better it's going to be. Right. Jay says respect. Nazir says I am leaving at 40k each ETH. Can't wait to see. Oh my brother, love it, brother, love it. Listen, if you have conviction and you understand this, then you'll wait. Do you know what I mean? Because remember one thing I always say, right? We make money on altcoins. We make money on altcoins, and we basically hold and wait and sit around. We hodl the top coins, right? So when we're talking about hodling, we hodl these top coins here, on the market cap, right? When we start looking at the market cap, so anything here, top 20, top 50, it doesn't matter. But what we're saying is where the biggest money is plugged in. We're looking at where the money is. So if the money is plugged into these ones, we want to also be in these ones, because these ones, it's not true, but I can say too big to fail. But as I said, it's not true. Of course, any one of them could fail. But the point is, we have the biggest amount of monetary value plugged into these. These ones are a lot more safer to be in, and these ones have potentials based on some fundamentals, right? Do you know what I mean? ETH has its own fundamental why it can be successful, right? And it's already proven that. Remember, out of this 15,000 cryptocurrencies, ETH probably has approximately 12,000 of them built on it. And even if ETH did, people didn't build on ERC20, well, they've always going to come back, because that's where the biggest activity is happening. You know what I mean? You want to be in the most powerful network, not into the least. So BNB is succeeded because it's managed to take some of that market share. Solana's taken some of that market share. Cardano's an epic failure, but I think Cardano's going to come out with something crazy at some stage. But the point is look, it's all about market share. It's all about those fundamentals. What are you good for? So what's BNB good for? Well, Binance was good for being the biggest exchange on the planet with the highest liquidity. That's all Binance was good for. But Binance Chain is an exact duplicate of Ethereum. So it's good for building projects with the Ethereum codes on Binance for cheaper. and there's a bridge, so people don't mind, moving back and forth, right? Of course, even these boys come back to Ethereum. You got Matic and all sorts of, or same thing, anything to do with Ethereum virtual machine, right? Everybody's doing the same thing. They're moving back and forth. But of course, feasibility is the key, nothing else. Jay says, you are real. That's why people stick here. Also, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mustafa says, yes, bro. Yes, my brother. You too, my brother. Vladon Daniel. Daniel says, hey, bro. Strong, bro. Keep it up there. What do you think about Omi? Omi is a great project. If you are thinking about it, again, wait for it. My advice is just wait for it. Because listen, if we enter a bear market, these are all going to be in some massive discounts. It doesn't matter how high they look. Now remember, ignore the noise, look at the fact. The fact is that if the market crashes, then these will come back down to these lower prices and you can pick them up for discount. So do you have patience is the question. If you have some patience, yeah, I know I'm going to pick some up myself, right? I do have some, but I want to pick some more. So it's a great project. I don't need to go too much details into it, guys. Do your own research, but I'm telling you, this is a great project. It has a great future. They're also trying to do all sorts of, but you don't want to fall into the hype. If you've bought it here and you made money, you should have taken your initial out. Now we know the market may come down. If it does, we know that we could get a lovely little discount here. Because remember, the market, the reaction, when BTC drops, like for example, look, 2%, others start dropping 3, 4, 5, 6, even 10, 15%. They drop faster, quicker, right? Because people just dump them. So do understand this, that even now, when these big boys, right, and I'm not talking just about Bitcoin, I'm talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the other guys with the high dominance. When they drop, everything else drops. And they drop bigger, faster. So if you're going to get a bigger discount, I ain't complaining. Do you know what I mean? I mean, look, BTC 7 days, 13%, right? If you start looking, you'll see some coins here. Solana, 16%, right? XRP, 14%. I mean, Polkadot, 22%. That's a big bargain. Look, 26%. Beautiful. So you can see these larger numbers. Some of the coins, they drop dramatically, and that's the discounts that you're going to be able to capture. Just envision this in a bear market, because if BTC drops 50%, 60%, then this you could easily pick up for 80-90% discount. That's what you should be ready for. So let's see what happens. Anton says BTC is going back down. Yes, we know. Anton says 49, 42, 32. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I've said. It's not about, I mean, forget the 49, forget everything. This is what I've said, right? Let's just put it better for you, right? So I did tell everybody on this channel, I said, guys, please do respect what BTC is and what BTC does. I said, if BTC falls, drops, a penny or $1 below this, there's nothing stopping it. So if you think it's going to bounce at 40k, forget it. If it goes to 40k, it's coming straight down. It's going to go. So when people talk about, oh, we're going to see a 10k move from 49 to 40k, and then we're going to see a bounce, I'm like, no, you're going to see a 20k move. If you think BTC is going to go down 10k, expect it to go down 20k, because that's the end. This is the end. When this trend is invalidated, is here. By the time you find out, it's already gone. So this is why my warning started here, not here. So while all the bears started coming out and trying to be like, oh yeah, it's going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, guys, get ready, short the market, we're winning. Yeah, I was already warning people here. So let's just keep it there. Where do you learn this TA? Bro, TA is common sense mostly. This is my own unique style. I've seen other YouTubers actually use my style. But each to their own. In the end of the day, even if they copy me and they learn their stuff, that's fine. There are multiple ways of doing TAs. There are people who use the Wyckoff method. I usually fuck off to the Wyckoff. I don't believe in that. It's a 120-year-old thing. Elliott waves are great. I do like Elliott waves. I do see Elliott wave patterns. In fact, if I was to just activate a simple pattern here, you can actually see pretty much some Elliott waves being drawn here. We know we have these lovely little patterns, right? So we have these ABC corrections, 1, 2, 3 patterns. So you can see, look, 1, 2, 3, beautiful patterns. 1, 2, 3 here, for example, 4, 5, and then we start coming down, ABC. There's so many patterns anyway. But these patterns, I mean, when I do look at them, there are multiple other things. Like, for example, I talked about this yesterday. Actually, I talked about it here. Yes, here, for example. So you can see here how this pattern looks like. Because we have a neckline here, and this is a clear indication of what's known as a head and shoulders pattern. So you just look for the pattern. It's very basic stuff, right? You know, I'm not trying to teach people some advanced level stuff here, because you don't need it. I get a lot of people who ask me, it's like, bro, what's the best indicator to use? I'm like, nothing. You'd be surprised. The best indicator is a single line, this line here. And look, I'm not even joking. This chart, all the indicators are off. There's no indicators here. There is absolutely zero. It's just a single line, a trend line that gives you your trend. So you know the psychology of the market. That's my trend. I need to know where my high points are, where my low points are. Well, that's my range. So once I know my range and I know my trend, I know exactly how to trade this. You know, I know this was the range. For example, here, we broke out, we came back here. We should have held this, then we would have been bullish. But because we didn't, we're coming down. We almost came here. Well, now we have a probability to actually complete this pattern here, which then becomes a head and shoulders. See what I mean? So it's all here. It's all just flashing in front of you. But as I said, look at the higher time frames. That's where the biggest data is for you. Okay, nothing else. So, and by the way, funny thing is while we've been sitting on the chat, I think Jay opened up saying 15 minutes looks solid. Jay, as you can see, look, we're on a daily. And even the daily has changed. So yeah, your 15-minute is now all of a sudden flip bearish. Right? You see how all of a sudden it just flipped bearish. So yeah, always look at the higher time frames. And yeah, I mean, TA is not hard, trust me. You've got to use a lot of common sense and a lot of data, but always got to be able to look back and then look at the probability of what's going to happen in the future. You know, it's very, very important for you to understand how these trends work. Of course, when you talk about, like, for example, here, a 15-minute trend, yes, the trend is up, but this trend is not valid yet because we have the invalidation point here. So once we break above this, then it starts moving bullish. But of course, even then, you have this higher time frame here that you've got to get above before you can do anything. So I hope this makes sense. Anton says, I hope it, man. Buy some extra big. Exactly. Buy the dip. Wait until until next year, man. I think we're in some serious discount season. Exactly. I think for the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to actually see some lovely discounts and possibly even come down to that bottom level where we want to see the discounts. You know, when we look at the log chart, right? I'm personally hoping to get back into this green zone. So you can see on this log chart, it's a custom log chart. The red is where I want to be thinking of selling. That would be considered as my market cycle top, right? So this is when I'm really afraid, when I'm panicking. This is when I hit that red panic button, sell, get out. This is my green line, and this is for me the moment where I say to people, I say, do you know what? Sell everything, sell your house, sell everything, sell your pants for all I care. That's when you enter. This is when you get the best buys ever. Because one thing we are certain is around when we buy around these two lines, we are going to go up, right? But one thing we are uncertain is when we go around these levels, we are coming down. We don't know how high it's going to go. So we need to start doing risk management. So I always say to people, treat this in a specific way where anything above this line is your danger zone. This is your red color, the warning. Anything above this blue line is a danger zone. Anything below this blue line is your safety zone. So if you bought it at the bottom of this range and you can sell it up to here, you're already in profit. Yes, you're going to make hundreds of % more. But if you can take your initial out here, you're laughing. And then comes into the red zone. And this is where the red zone, we entered the red zone. What happened? We came down. And there's videos. I've made videos on this. Like, we've done it on the live stream. We talked about this as well. So let's see what happens there. Alpha says, just wondering, what does Solana solve or disrupt what others not already do? Nothing. This is what it is. Most of these 15,000 coins that we have there, right? 15,000 coins that we have on this cryptocurrency market cap, my brother. Well, actually, let me just show it here. It's much better. Let's put everything here because some of them are so tiny as well. Remember, when we're looking at the entire global cryptocurrency market cap, they don't solve anything. They don't solve any, they're just copycats. The only thing they've done is they've made it faster. The language they use, easier for developers, or coming out with some, new other layer functions, right? But that's about it. Blockchains have been focused on speed and security. That's what blockchains did. The coin is just a bonus that's there. This is what's giving them the revenue. But not many people have actually solved any problems. I'll be honest with you, they haven't. They're all copycats. Everybody is. We're launching Paradexes. We're copycats too. What I mean by that is, what are we launching Paradexes on? On BSC. Isn't that just another copy of another BSC? Every token that exists on BSC is a copy of an ERC20, right? So when you start being honest about it and start understanding that we're just copies and copies of everything in the market, basically. No one's really come out with anything innovative. Of course, we are trying our best to have, so we're not reinventing the wheel, but we're trying to make certain things different that help users, if that makes sense, right? So the goal of Paradexes, right, and I'm going to talk about Paradexes, right, a little bit, right, just a little bit, right. By the way, guys, this needs updating. There's some mess here they're going to sort out. Yes, it's sorted out a few bits and bobs. There's a complete mess here. But the goal of Paradexes, right, so what we're launching here, okay, sorted out. Great, I love that now. So the goal of Paradexes, right, is pretty simple. We want to make it easy for a normal person. Like today, Custard Boot asked me, oh, how do I connect MetaMask? Well, imagine you don't even need to have MetaMask. Think about that. I've told you to connect your MetaMask wallet and do whatever. But what if you don't even need MetaMask? What if you go here and you just click a button and you can use any wallet? Imagine that. Imagine we click that and it tells you that you need to just scan your wallet and you're already connected to the blockchain. Those are the kind of things we're trying to solve. So yeah, most of them, as I said, Alpha, most of them are just copycats, and it's the honest truth. So you just got to stay with it, right? There's nothing new. I'm not reinventing the wheel, and I'm being honest about that. But I'm just trying to make things easier on the blockchain. Does that make sense? So we're trying to make it feel like a centralized exchange on a decentralized protocol, with the look and feel, with the UI and everything. Nothing else, just user experience. But other than that, no, we're not reinventing the wheel. Can't, trust me. It's just copycat. Of course, at some stage, we do want to create our own blockchain. Again, that will probably be a copy of something else, but then we will definitely change some fundamentals to make it cheaper, faster, or do it as that's what it is, nothing else. We don't need them anymore. Only one blockchain needs to lead. Anton says, then, I'm not sure what it is. Oh, he's going to buy extra Bitcoin then. Okay, that's fine. Jay says, Hulk, great advice, awesome. Alpha says, just wondering what does Solana. Okay, we did that. I want to buy Omi at 0.00037, but they are almost at IMAX and they have MTL on the app. Almost, yeah, but none of that matters. That's just hype. If you're calm and collected, you don't chase the market. You wait for the market to come to you. Trust me, there are plenty of coins I want to buy right now, but I'm waiting for the market to come back to me. I'm sitting here with my arms wide open. Give me what I want and the universe will give it to me. The law of attraction. The law of attraction. I'm waiting for the universe to deliver it to me. By the way, guys, I'm not going to make this too long. I'm just going to read some of the comments and then I'm going to shoot off, right? Because I've got to go somewhere. That's the tune, bro. Oh, bro, I've missed it. I have no idea which tune you were talking about. Maybe next year. Awesome. JBs, you gotta definitely come to Discord, my brother. You gotta come to Discord, and maybe we can find the tunes for you, because I have all the tunes. Everything's still there. As I said, I've got the music playlist, but I don't know which one you're talking about, because listen, I'm trying to read the chats and trying to answer them at the same time. What was I? The price didn't move with those news. There's still some negative sentiment pushing price down for OMI. Anton, okay, waiting for news first. What do you think of GRT? I invested last year and it didn't do much. No, it didn't do much at all. So GRT, during the Coinbase launch, right, when we found out about the Coinbase launch, we did pump it and we did dump it, and then we did buy again when the market was bloody back in May, June. We actually picked up some discounts. I forgot how many, it was like some few cents, right? We picked it up, the discount, and then we did climb up again. But what we did was every stage of the way, we took the initial investment out. So with GRT moving up or down, it doesn't make any more difference for most of the community that I know who bought it. They've already taken the initial out. You know, it wasn't about making 1,000% gains. It was more about getting your 100% initial out first, then do whatever. And that's what we did. So for that reason, most of the guys actually saved pretty good. BTC needs to go down before I buy back. Absolutely. Mustafa, bro, is excessive whale activity a good thing? Just want to take on that. Some people say it is bad because they dump and say it's smart money. Listen, smart money will always dump at the top. Yes, smart money will dump because smart money says, I've made 10%, I've made 20%, I've made 30%. I'm going to take that. I'm going to bank on that. That's what the smart money says. So whether they're whales or whatever you're going to class them as, fine. Point is take your profits. It's the same thing I bang on about. But most people I meet, they come to me and they'll be like, yeah, this one's going to go to, you know, it's like $1 now, and they'll be like, it's going to go to $400. I'm like, what? 4,000%? Okay. So what are you going to sell? I'm not selling until it goes to $400. Okay, fine. I'm selling when it goes to $2. So you see, my attitude is I'm going to sell and exit before you. You are drinking or smoking the opium, the hype juice and the hopium, right? So you drink the hype juice, you end up smoking the hopium, and now you're in the system. And you're the same person who would then, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying the people. So they end up basically regretting at the end. That, oh, yeah, this went up and I could have cashed out. Oh, hold on. What do you mean could have? You should have. But you didn't. So that's why you're dumb money. Smart money doesn't care whether it goes to 1,000%, 1,000,000%. Smart money says, I want to take my initial out first. Smart money. You know, I'm a big advocate. I promote this all the time here on this channel. Always take your initial investments out. So that's what it is, bro. Whether they're good or bad is a different story. I mean, whales are good because obviously they buy the dips. I mean, what, you're going to buy the dips to protect the market? Whales buy that. And then if they make 10%, 20%, 30%, they know they're smart again. They'll dump it. Of course, why not? It's part of the cycle. But at some stage, the whales will lose power, right? So let's put it this way. We're going to get to a point in the future where basically, you know, the whales are selling, but the shrimps, the little baby fish, they're going to be picking up so much. And it's happening already, by the way. It's a reality. It's actually happening already. So the adoptions, more and more people are coming. And the whales are actually now able to buy less and less. So when the whales sell, the shrimps end up buying it. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, man. Mustafa says, you're very good at explaining. Thank you. Awesome, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a little bit scared this month because people need to pay tax. That's why I'm out. Exactly. I've mentioned this on my previous, I believe, 2 or 3 videos ago. I said, look, guys, the month of January in some countries, a month of December in some countries, month of February in some countries, even month of March and April here in UK is usually a bearish month. So we do expect this to be a bearish month, right? A few months, and then the market to recycle and start coming back again. So we do see this. This is definitely coming, you know. Mustafa, I know you don't like talking about hype coin, bro. What's the view on Shiba Inu token? Shiba Inu, remember, bro, I mean, Shiba Inu, we've talked about Shiba Inu. I've been very specific. I've even had the target lines drawn for Shiba Inu. And if you didn't follow that target line, bro, there's nothing I could do. I've been very specific to every single person. I said, guys, I'm selling here. And I've said this number over and over again. I said, I'm selling here. So yes, we bought way down here, right? We bought way down here. You know, we made money on the way up. We dumped. I remember Nazir was there. We dumped, right? We made money on this candle, and then we dumped. We like double, triple our money, and then we held through all of this, and then we pumped all the way up there, and this was our target. and we started to cash out, and we said 0.62. This was the exact number that I sold. And remember, I didn't even have enough data, so I had to do it on a 4-hourly. Remember, I did it on a 4-hourly, and I said, guys, this is where I want to sell. And as soon as I hit that, I left. And then of course it pumped up even further. Then I started navigating. I said, well, it's possible to go there, and that was a target line, and we did go to that target line, you know. But since then we started coming down again, but it didn't matter, and I bought the dips. So I used the profit money to buy the dips, and currently I'm not even invested in it. I don't have any money of my own invested in it, so I don't really care where it goes. Is it going to come back? That's the question. If you're asking me, yes, as long as the market comes back, it will come back. But if the market doesn't come back, it's not going to come back. Jay says, sell your house. Yeah, there's a point where you sell your house. What's your opinion on Polkadot for long term? Polkadot's going to go to the moon. Yasmin, every day I'm learning that patience is really the key here. Exactly. Big Dog here, also my brother. Nice to see you, my brother. How can you push more aggressive innovation in this space? How can we push more aggressive innovation space? Education, my brother. Education and opportunities. One of the biggest problems we have is, you know, the cryptocurrency market sphere is actually the wild, wild west. You know, each to their own. Everyone dog eat dog, right? Everyone's hungry here, right? Most people who have made it once are making it over and over again. So it's the same people just changing hands. It's the same people. There's no new way of new innovators to come in this space. I'll give you a good example. 2 years ago, I came up with an idea regarding a VR concept, a virtual reality concept. Guess what the VR turned out to be? The metaverse itself. 2 years ago, I talked about it with someone, but people didn't give me the chance. Can you believe this? I never got the chance. I have it written down on a bloody notebook. Nobody gave me the chance. Everybody says, no, it's not going to work. That's not going to work. And now what? Here we go. We have a metaverse explosion. And this is what is, you know, stifling. This is what's stopping innovation. People are not open-minded. They're too academic, or they're too stupid, in my opinion. You know, they just do not have the concept of, okay, let's think outside the box. Who cares if it's not in the current realms of normal? If it's abnormal, why not give it a chance? Has anything normal actually ever succeeded? Or I think no. I think things that succeed, right, are disruptive technology, which are completely unique, completely outside the box. I mean, who would have thought that you can literally post a whole bunch of, like, a maximum of 200 words, and you can just send it? Limitations. That was a tweet. Simple tweet. Who thought that would be so successful? Think about that. You know, I mean, yeah, that's what it is. It takes, I mean, a lot of these companies, they don't really just come in and just, you know, completely disrupt something, but they create something like YouTube. It's free. It's free. And now you can make money. Wow. So think about that. That's the thing. But people, a lot of big companies, a lot of, you know, you need resources, you need money. And a lot of these guys are not willing to back up these projects or ideas. And they diss you, and then they come back again. It's a shame, though. It's a shame, you know. A lot. I mean, I would have been doing a lot more. I could have had a head start in a lot of the projects that I've been thinking about. But it's just, as I said, the normal kind of a situation that we have, and that's where the stopping is. But look, metaverse is here. I'm not stopping, by the way. The idea I had, funnily, even though metaverse is here, nobody's actually thought about it. So I had a conversation with the other guy, with the person the other day, and I'm actually rolling with it. I've been speaking to a few people. I'm actually rolling with it. So once Paradexes is complete, probably next year, probably if not, then the year after, I am going to start work on our on a new project. Basically, it's a VR project, VR concept, metaverse project. But yeah, it will be pretty crazy. I'm not going to expose anything right now. Never ask me as well. It's going to happen, and I'm also trying to, like, even in Paradexes as well, we're trying to create this situation where people can offload ideas, so you don't have to be a developer. You can just give ideas and you'll get credit for the ideas, you know. And I'm very how would I say this, I always like to make sure that if there is somebody who does something, they do get their credit for their work, right? For example, I've created a whole section here where I will be giving credit to community members. You know, for example, the team, when the team is alive, when I'm going to be able to get all the team stuff, I'm going to be literally posting everything here. Do You know what I mean? So all of that information will be posted for everybody to see. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Credit goes where it's due. All right, okay. I've got 2 minutes. Chaos says, "Hey SD family, hey bro, nice to see you." Anton says, "Have you researched HBAR and CSPR? I like them for the different, how different they are. What do you think?" Okay, HBAR, I've known about it from day one. It was created by a whole bunch of investors and a whole bunch of institutions and academics together in order to create this whole new blockchain, but is unfortunately heavily centralized. Now, HBAR does have a chance because of how cheap it is. It runs in the market, right? So whenever the market starts pumping, HBAR does pump, and it's done this over and over again. But as soon as the market dumps, then unfortunately, again, the same whales inside HBAR start dumping it. So technology itself is brilliant. I like the hashgraph technology that they use. And I believe they could have done. I mean, I used to follow them before they launched. I used to follow them. I've watched all of their presentations. I know everything about what the technology is, and they are fast. They are good. But the centralization that they have, or the institutional whale ratio that they have, is kind of disgusting. Sadly, you know what I mean. You know, I like projects that are more decentralized and much more fair. So anybody could own whatever, and you know, distributed. Let's call it distributed. You know, it's dispersed. Everybody has a share. That's the projects that I like. So funnily, I don't have any HBAR that I bought. However, I did receive some HBAR for free from different staking things I did, different you know, exchange contributions and IEOs and this and that. I did basically. I do have a quite some HBAR, but I don't look at it. I'm not interested. If it succeeds, it succeeds. If it doesn't, I'm not interested, because at the end of the day, I got it for free. Because as I said, I'm not a big fan of HBAR. I'm not a massive fan of HBAR. So it doesn't really make any difference to me. Also, let me just do something, guys. Sorry. Do you know what? I'm reading it off the phone, and it's doing my back in. Right. So let's see. So HBAR, and then you talked about CSPR. Is that Caspian BTC? I believe it is. If it is CSPR, I can't remember CSPR. Let me just check CSPR. 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 Oh, Caspar. Yes, Caspar's good. Caspar's a good project. But again, you know, Caspar's actually quite a good project. Oh, come on, come back there. Caspar's a good project, but again, look, it's come to the floor right now. I'm not going to buy any. Think carefully. If this hits a bear market, then whatever price you're seeing here, expect minimum 50% discount. So patience, right? Whatever you want to put, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever money you want to put in Caspar, take that USDT now, stake it into a nice USDT staking pool, probably Nexo, BlockFi, or whatever, something that is giving you some yield. Earn some money on it, trust me. Right now, earn some money instead of buying this, and then later on, use all of that money to buy as much as you want, become a whale, because that's the idea. So we're going to make money. So let's go back to where I was. Sorry guys, I'm going to finish this off. I'm not going to carry on any longer because I've got to go and do a few bits and bobs. Which coins? I'm not sure what you're talking about. JB's. Okay, bro, we'll download it today. Thanks again, my brother. Thanks to you. Also, you know what? You don't even have to download it. You can actually use it online, I believe. Anyway, just download it. Opinions on XRP. I hate XRP. No offense against XRP armies. XRP is a shitcoin, in my opinion. XRP has not done any innovations in the past, God knows how many years. Almost, I think, 9 years now. They've been around 2013. They came out, actually. They have not done any innovation. The only innovation they've thought about was a $250 million pool they created recently to get some NFT creators. They're jumping on the NFT hype. I'm like, seriously? Open your platform. Let us come and build on it. You have a banking level infrastructure. Let us come and build banks on your XRP. That's going to open up doors. But no, XRP doesn't want that. XRP is limited, they're controlled, very centralized, and the biggest whales in XRP are the founders. I'm not happy, I won't touch it. So adios on that one. Bitcoin is a scam. Oh, that's a great name. Love it. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. What are you doing on a Bitcoin show? Interesting. If you call Bitcoin a scam, you shouldn't be on a Bitcoin show or anything like that. But anyway, everybody's welcome here. Harshit Kumar, bro, will KMD reach $1 in an hour? Komodo, what are you looking at KMD for? Where do you guys get these old coins? Komodo, KMD. Komodo at one point was worth a lot, man. I'm telling you, at some stage it pumped all the way to like I think $17-18 one stage. $11. Here you go, $11, I believe. It was high. It had a lovely high. Where is it? $11. So it pumped all the way to $11. Since then, it's sitting here right now. I mean, if you're looking at KMD, oh my days, where'd you get out with KMD? It's like ancient coin Komodo. Let's just look at the Komodo for where it is right now. Let's go on daily. I'm not going to even bother looking at the charts. Komodo. Is it going to pump in an hour? Whoa. Let's have a look at this. Pump to what? Pump to what? That's the question. Is it gonna pump to what? No. Look, sentiment is down, my brother. So from what I'm seeing is all the sentiment is down. I don't think it's going to pump. I think this is where it's going to get rejected. For it to actually do anything, it needs to break this neckline, and even if it does, it needs to get above this level. So no, I don't think it's going to go to $1 in an hour. So yeah, if you're planning to do some trade on my signal, be careful. Need to follow Maya. Most advanced, yes, acceptable. Principle is development. Awesome, my brother. Anton talks as Casper. Yes, Casper, we got it. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to leave you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure being here. I don't have too much time, but as I just said, that when you do look at all of this, if you want to use this data, take a screenshot, not a problem. Remember, this neckline is a very important neckline. It doesn't matter where you watch it, just keep an eye on this neckline here. So for you guys to start feeling comfortable, yes, we have to invalidate this neckline. That means we need to start moving up, you know, towards this direction here. That's good, that's positive, right? But if we don't get this, then unfortunately we can easily be rejected here and start coming back down here. And if we, for whatever reason, get rejected below this candle now, then it's just going to continue bleeding down. So please do understand, be careful, you know, don't go hyping into crazy leverage trading. Don't do it. My advice is don't leverage trade. This is not the time for it. You know, there is an actual time when you can actually do this, and this is what I've mentioned on my channel for the last 1 year. Everybody knows this. I only do 1 or 2 leverage trades, and when I do some nice decent ones, you know, low leverage but decent one. But those low leverage are high yield paying trades, trust me. I've shown some screenshots actually before as well, where I've made like 400%, 500%, 600%. You know, for example, when we had the crash at 43k down here somewhere, I think it was here somewhere, yeah, 43k around here somewhere. Was it here or here? It was 43. I remember it went to 43. I think it's this one. Yes, I think from here to here. So I picked up the dip. I opened up a nice little trade. I did a 500% on that one all the way up here, and then I got rid of it. So I just targeted the previous all-time high. I said, okay, I'm not going to go too far. I don't need to go to the moon, but that's fine for me. Stop loss up, take the profit, get out, liquidate myself, get the hell out. Adrian Hulk says, nice channel, subscribe. Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm here just keeping it real, bro. That's it. End of the day, I'm not here to hype anything, to shill anything, to promote anything, to market anything. Also, I do sometimes promote different coins, but only if I've personally invested in it. If I won't put my money down into that, I would not promote it. So I do get offers sometimes. I've had, like yesterday, I've had 2 offers. They were like, oh, can you please do this for us and make a video on us and do this? I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't have time for this stuff. What I will do, I'll sponsor. Maybe you want to take a video for a week, for a day, for a month. Yeah, I'll do that at a fixed price. And then I'll mention this, but only after I research your project. So if I don't like your project, I'm not going to do it. They never came back to me because, of course, the project is probably a shit coin, probably some sort of a fake scam or whatever. So I'm not going to shill it unless I research it myself. And if I do, you don't have to pay me in your coin. You can pay me for the video in fiat. That's fine. I'll go and buy whatever coin I want, but I will buy your coin. You know what I mean? If I'm going to promote you, I need to also believe in you. So that's how it is. I mean, you can see so many links in the description. I don't promote any of them. It's there. Use it if you want. You know what I mean? Use it if you want. Delete the referral ID and do it. That's fine. I don't want your money. I'm not here for that. Never been, never have. I'm here for friends and family, for the SDCrypto family, the family that we're growing now as well. It's a fresh community we're growing on Discord and everything. That's what I'm here for. Do you know what I mean? You know, and of course, I'm going to try and help as many people and keep it real. So pray for me to stay humble. Other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe, smash those like buttons, share with one another if you can. Let's grow this community. Let's get stronger together. Yeah, I mean, if we work together, we can move mountains, guys. We can move mountains, you know. But thank you very much for everyone for coming to the show. You guys have been awesome, insane. Thank you. I'm going to shoot now. Adios, my amigos.